Good evening, everyone. I, Kusha Varun from Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University, interning at Enon, welcome you all on behalf of Enon Global Foundation for the final presentation session for the 3 weeks internship program, Gen Zoomers Shaping the Future, offered by Enon. I'm sure all the interns must have had their best of efforts in these 21 days training program and had an extraordinary experience while working on their topics. Our jury members are Ms. Manju Gupta, life member of Association of Physics Teachers, IIM Ahmedabad Alumni Association, and few more. She leaves no stone unturned for enhancing the learning, development, and the happiness question of the people in her sphere of influence. She has over 48 years of diverse work experience, out which for 28 years of as principal of schools with CBSE, Cambridge, and IBO curriculums. And I welcome you, ma'am. And I would also love to introduce Ms. Devinder Kaur, National Manager, Government PSU Education Noventic. Devinder ma'am is a mindshift coach focusing on motivating and inspiring the next generation for world to experience positivity and goodness in times to come. She is dynamic and motivational catalyst and a confidence enhancer, an electronics engineer with MBA with solid work experience of 25 years in telecom and IT industry, known for her openness. Leadership who can build team cohesion, adaptation to change, conciliator, pranic, energy healing, proficient NLP coach for students. I welcome you, ma'am. I thank both the jury members for their valuable time. We have team 2 with us who will be sharing their ideas on the topic Rome wasn't built in a day. The team was mentored by Ms. Arohi Jain. We have Soumya Yadav from Arvind Gupta DAV Centenary Public School, Model Town. Ayushi Rai from Queens Valley School, Dwarka. Kangana Alawat from Queens Valley School, Dwarka. And Sia Himnani from Delhi Public School, Rohini. Now, I would like the team to please come forward and kindly share the presentation.
Thank you so much for introductory speech. Now the ball is on core team. Go with it. All the best.
Good evening to all of the judges and the spectators. I would like to begin by saying that I hope each and every one of you is having a pleasant day today. And as you can see, our topic is Rome wasn't built in a day. If you combine words like patience, perseverance, hard work, I think the proverb that can describe it best would be this particular one. I first encountered this proverb when I was crying because I could not win a competition, which I barely prepared for, might I add. And my dad came up to me and he said, "Chill, Ayushi, Rome wasn't built in a day. You need to practice." And to be very honest, as a 10-year-old, I did not understand what he meant at all. Which is why when I entered into this internship, I was glad to have this as my topic because this way I could enhance my education about the same. But before we actually and officially begin with the PPT, I would like to introduce each and every one of you to the lovely members that I have been working with. First and foremost, the greatest of them all, we have Arohi Jain, our mentor. She is the one who's responsible with the coordination and momentum of the team, and we're really glad to have her as our mentor. Along with that, we have Kangana Ella with the presentation head, Sia Hemnani, the video making head, Soumya Yadav, the survey head, and I, Ayushi Rai, who is the speaker currently, the content head. I would also like to discuss the table of contents that our PPT consists of. It has 6 parts, including but not restricting to the evolution of Rome, the analysis of the survey, the case studies, the summary, and the most awaited movie. Moving on, what better way would it be than to start our PPT with a beautiful poem on the topic Rome wasn't built in a day.
Accept yourself for who you are, not for whom you want to be. You have got flaws like everyone else. They make you uniquely individual, you see.
Imperfection is not an excuse, it is a way of life. So don't allow your hang ups to get you into strife.
Believe in yourself and your abilities. Remember, we all have a cross to bear. Life wasn't meant to be easy. Struggles prove how much you care.
Don't forget to count your blessings and look on the bright side. Grab the bull by the horns and take all challenges in your stride. Rome wasn't built in a day, so don't expect things to be that way.
Ah, Rome wasn't built in a day. Which brings me to the origin of the city Rome itself. Lacet Eterna, also known as Rome, also known as this eternal city and the city of love. Which is pretty surprising because I always thought that Paris or Venice would be the city of love. But apparently, the people of Rome spell Rome as Roma, which when reversed means amor, which means love. It is a hotspot for people who are in love and people who simply want to seek inspiration. It is also a site for sunrise, which is evident from the serene beauty and infrastructure that people worked so hard on. All that hard work, all that patience, and all that perseverance resulted into the birth of Rome. But don't you think that the word or the city Rome is too restricting for a beautiful proverb that we're working on? Which brings me to Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal was also not built in a day, ladies and gentlemen. It was built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in the memory of wife Mumtaz Mahal, with working construction starting from the year 1632 AD and completed in 1648 AD. Almost 20 years of hard work and 20,000 of workings who made this a beautiful monument that it is today. I think it's safe to say that hard work did bear fruits because Taj Mahal is now the seventh wonder of the world and also known as the epitome of love. But enough talking for now. I would like all of you to see a short part of the movie that our team has been working really hard on.
Excuse me, is it audible to everyone?
I was about to ask, I thought maybe they are trying to convey some mute movie or something.
Hmm.
Kangna, you can restart the movie with the audio on.
Yes.
How do we share the audio exactly? I'm new to this app, so I'm not aware.
There will be an option for adding the audio if you look at it carefully.
Let me try resharing the presentation once.
While Kangana does that, I would like to explain the movie to you guys, even though you can see it when she shares the movie itself. This movie was based on our real life. When we were discussing how to make the movie, we decided to bring in a reality into the movie itself. Kangana, if you can try and share it so that our judges can see.
Hey, Ayushi, why did you call me so suddenly? Is everything okay?
Clearly, it's not, considering you should be studying right now for your psychology paper, but instead, you're sending me reels on Instagram. I've told you so many times that last minute studying is not gonna bear the fruits, bro.
I know. It's just that I get distracted so easily, and even if I try to sit and study seriously, I start panicking because I don't have a schedule. Am I a lost cause? How will I ever complete my syllabus Will I ever get past this procrastination?
Chill, Kangana. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? You need to take one thing at a time. Next time, maybe start the prep a week before the actual examination takes place because that really might help you. But for now, maybe one chapter at a time because patience is the key. You really need to calm yourself before you go for the paper, right? Which is why one thing at the time really helps. So, all the best for your exams, and I know you can do it.
Huh, you know what? You're right. I'll do that and I'll try to be more patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. That is a really nice way to look at things. Thank you, Ayushi. I'll go study now. Bye.
Well, now let us move on to the analysis of the survey, the part of the presentation which the judges had been waiting for with the keenest eye. We were able to conduct the survey successfully with 200 plus responses. Our first topic being patience and perseverance. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. A seed sown takes some time to germinate and grow into a tree to bear fruits. No force or compulsion can make it happen sooner. The determination of the tree's roots to go deeper will help it grow stronger and bigger. Both patience and persistence are important for that. Persistence is a quality which suggests remaining steadfast and firm on course, action, purpose, and state, despite opposition, demonstration, hurdles, and setbacks. Successful people are persistent and self confident even when they face failure. They rise again and continue, making persistent efforts till they reach their goals. Perseverance is being relentless about doing what needs to be done for as long as it takes. It is the never give up attitude. Perseverance is essential because there will be plans and projects that require a great deal of effort and endurance. If you are relentless, you don't give up. You don't listen to the quitting voice. You trust the process, do the work, and keep going. Now, I would request our mentor to carry forward with this example about Ram Setu.
Thank you so much, Kangna. Ram Setu is one of the beautiful examples from our Vedic literature. राम सेतु भगवान श्री राम द्वारा रचित एक खूबसूरत रचनाओं में से एक है. Though it was built in 5 days, but hard work behind it still stands today. आम आदमी भी जैसे परेशानी लेता है तो तब आम आदमी की जब परेशानी सामने आती है डर जाता है, और हम तो आम आदमी में से एक हैं. जब आम आदमी कदम पीछे खींच लेता है तब राम सेतु जैसे एग्जाम्पल भी हमें हिम्मत देते हैं. श्री राम चाहते तो अपनी शक्तियों का इस्तेमाल करके माँ सीता तक पहुंच सकते थे, लेकिन श्री राम ने एक आम आदमी की तरह एक एक पत्थर जोड़कर हार्ड वर्क कर ये साबित करा मेहनत और धैर्य से हर चीज हो सकती है. Like a topic says, Rome wasn't built in a day. You have to put each and every effort of yours to accomplish the goal. Now we'll see an example how Ramji is praying to Samudra to give him um, permission to work on it. Over to you, Somna.
नमस्तुभ्यं जलनिधि नमामि सरका स्वामी. हे महासागर, मैं महाराज सगर का वंशज दशरथ पुत्र राम अपने भाई लक्ष्मण सहित आपकी शरण में आया हूँ. हे रत्नाकर, मेरे पूर्वज सगर के द्वारा आपकी उत्पत्ति हुई है. आज रघुकुल पर आई विपत्ति का निवारण करने के लिए एक विशाल सेना लेकर लंका पर धावा बोलने के लिए आप मुझे अपने जल में से मार्ग देने की कृपा करें. आपको प्रसन्न करने के लिए मैं अन्न और जल का परित्याग करके यहीं बैठकर अपनी आराधना करता हूँ. मेरी प्रार्थना स्वीकार करो जल. So with this, now we move forward to the next question. Fast-paced lifestyle. We all are adapted to this fast-paced lifestyle, even when our body gives up and tries to give us signals that we need to pause and give ourselves time to feel. If we stop, we lag behind the world in this way and feel guilt of even resting when we think we can be productive. But the truth is, sometimes resting and giving time to yourself and looking for yourself is the best one can do. We say nobody's waiting for anyone. So start now, begin now. That's true, absolutely. But in this race, we often tend to forget ourselves. Our real happiness, our real needs. In this world, it could be that no one needs you, so they won't stop for you. But remember, you need yourself, and hence you need to stop for yourself and you need to look for yourself. Now, I would like to introduce you all to a story I had read in my 10th grade Hindi textbook, Jane Day. I'll make it short. The narrator visits his friend in Japan and they both attend a tea ceremony called Chano, which is very popular there. The narrator asks his friend about the objective behind the ceremony and its rules and regulations. So his friend replies that countries are competing and there are endless wars happening. People are running like robots and their minds are working more like engines, and which may break once it will get exhausted. So the main objective of that ceremony was that people could take a break from this extremely unhealthy, mentally draining, and exhausting lifestyle and can let their mind rest without thinking about anything. They can feel the moment and live in it as if there was no beginning, no middle, and no end. Though, according to the story, this was in the context of Japanese people, but we can see that it applies to all of us. We all can relate and agree with this that world is not even over but running on a pace that if we stop, we do something, and all of us are aware. We know that the consequences will be beyond measure. So now we move on to the analysis of the pie chart. We can see that majority of people are agree that fast-paced lifestyle leads to more hurdles and mistakes in life. But we all know that somewhere or another, all do this. We all work on deadline. So now we move on to the next question. Quality versus quantity. So when we go for shopping, instead of buying as many as products we can, we look for the quality of product we are buying, how long we can use it, how it would affect us or our skin or our and this quality product buying over quantity is again something we all should learn from our earlier generation. We see our parents buying vegetables and they say, "Bhaiya, sabzi अच्छी देना," because quality matters over quantity. ज़्यादा सब्जी शायद ज़्यादा चल जाए, but if it is infected, it might create some unwanted disturbance or problems. So instead of getting a long life, what if we have a happy, joyful, and beautiful life? Like suppose if I live for 50 more years from now on with a desk job in which I'm least interested in, is more satisfying. But if I live for about 20 years from now on and I realize my importance, I realize my worth and my purpose. I enjoy with my friends and family, living the life of at my best is more satisfying. We all know the answer, but wait guys, इतनी खुशी के साथ there are difficulties and problems and untold stories, but facing them with your best is the best one can do themselves. So I would like to conclude this part with my favorite and the very famous dialogue of one of the best movies I have ever watched, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. Seize the day, my friend. पहले इस दिन को तो पूरी तरह जियो, फिर 40 के बारे में सोचो. Now we can see that most of the majority of the people agree that qualitative output is better than quantitative output. Now I would like my friend to continue.
Soumya is right. Seize the day indeed. Which is what brings me to the next topic. Slow and steady wins the race. I think we have all heard of the story about the rabbit and the turtle. The society expected rabbit to win because of its fast and persistent nature. But to their surprise, the turtle won because it followed this principle. In the flow of being goal oriented, people are slowly forgetting the importance of the journey they travel. Slow and steady journey brings development and self introspection. If we look at the survey itself, I think it is pretty evident that about 26% of the people believe that early bird gets the worm, whereas 56% of the respondents do believe that slow and steady indeed helps win the race. This quote is really providing justice to our topic, as one should take time in doing their activities instead of rushing. As in the end, rushing leads to not being in the moment. And this way, people miss out on the beauty of life itself.
Our next topic is last moment perfection. Don't we all relate to this? We stay up till late at night in order to complete our syllabus right before an important exam. Does it help us to achieve our perfection though? Of course not. If we would have started preparing for our exam a week ago and completed the syllabus step by step, we would not have felt the need to go through the last minute panic and rush through the syllabus. Instead, we would have slowly and gradually gone through each and every topic and completed the syllabus on time. Additionally, we could have avoided हमारे parents के ताने and would have learned and scored better. Therefore, step-by-step progress acts like a superhero and rushes to help us out of these situations. And in correlation to the aforementioned topic comes our next topic, which is success takes time. She's an icon, she's a legend, she's the moment. Yes, I'm talking about Miss Sudha Chandran. At the age of 16, the famous dancer and actress Sudha Chandran met with an accident in Tamil Nadu. Her legs were wounded in the accident. The doctors discovered that gangrene had formed on her right leg, and because of that, they suggested that amputation was required. That was the toughest period of Sudha's life. After that, she subsequently regained some mobility with the help of a prosthetic Jaipur foot. After a gap of 2 years, she finally returned to dancing and performed in India, UAE, Canada, UK, and many other famous nations. She subsequently started appearing in films and became a film actress. Sudha Chandran's journey is nothing less than an inspiration. The inspirational story of Sudha Chandran delivers an important message. A physical barrier cannot hamper our dreams and our way to success. It depends on how one overcomes this difficulty mentally. Once you do that, nothing can stop you from achieving your goal. Life will throw many unfortunate events at us, but we must make sure that we don't sink into negativity. Hence, she's indeed an applaudable example of success takes time.
Let me now carry forward Kangna's topic. Everyone has the ability to work hard. Through hard work, we can achieve even the impossible success. But there are no shortcuts to success, right? Hard work only works as hard as you work. If you work hard with perseverance, you can hit the jackpot. But it's not an overnight deal. It takes months, years, and most of the time, decades to become great at something. The biggest thing about becoming successful is that you have to be willing to put in the effort. It is going to take a lot of time to become successful. So wake up with the drive every day to want to become successful, knowing that you are getting just a little bit closer to becoming successful. Haven't we all heard that if we respect time, the time will respect us? So when you manage your time wisely, you feel more in control because you are able to meet the deadlines. You also become more efficient and prepared to handle anything that life throws your way. Eventually, you become more relaxed and less stressed, and thus you are able to work with patience and you are able to achieve the real success. Moving on to some of the examples to prove my point. Do we all know about Bill Gates? Yes, Bill Gates is the co founder of the Microsoft Corporation and one of the world's most prominent individuals. He has a life packed with achievements but also with struggles. But do you think everything was a cakewalk? No, not at all. Soon after Bill Gates and Allen started Microsoft, the Microsoft company started to face financial crisis that made Gates and Allen realize that Microsoft had dropped to the lowest affordable point. Then both of them came up with the launch of MS Basic, which helped them in making a profit of $50,000. So, one of the lessons we learned from Bill Gates is that we should start as early as possible. Bill Gates was only 13 years old when he started working with computers. So, when you start something at an early point of your life, you become molded to it. You are able to work more hard and with patience and with persistence. And yes, because Rome wasn't built in a day. Also, nothing comes easy, and that includes being successful. Bill Gates and Paul Allen started Microsoft on a very shaky foundation, but through patience and hard work, they were able to surpass the struggles they encountered. Moving on to the next person, we have Steve Jobs, who was booted from his own company. Steve Jobs was a charismatic pioneer of the personal computer era. With Steve Wozniak, Jobs founded Apple in 1976 and transformed the company into a world leader in telecommunications. After relentless efforts in chasing behind the investors to fund them, Apple was started with a big bang in the news headlines. His life neither was short of problems. His life gave him a push that made him fall when he was fired from the Macintosh group. But the departure was an establishment to the new beginnings of his fame. He stood up being strong and went on establishing his new company. After many ups and downs, Jobs set a classic example of attempting relentless efforts to reinvent oneself in order to succeed. Jobs even said that it takes a lot of hard work and patience to do anything. Thus, his life is an example for millions that how failure can bring new opportunities in life and how to restructure the failure into a success story. Moving on, we have Walt Disney. सो बचपन में हम सब ने काफ़ी सारे कार्टून्स देखे होंगे बेसिकली डिज्नी चैनल पर हम सबका फेवरेट कार्टून मे बी मिक्की माउस होता था हमारे बचपन के एंटरटेनमेंट का क्रेडिट शुड गो टू वॉल्ट डिज्नी बिकॉज इन 1919 वॉल्ट डिज्नी एज्ड 18 joined Pesman Rubin Commercial Art Studio as a commercial artist. He was the man who pursued unhappiness. Yes, you heard it right. Walt Disney believed that more than happiness, sometimes unhappiness propels us, furnishes us with the adequate energy, forces us to have unwavering attention in the desired direction. Even he didn't go through less struggles than the examples cited before. He always had a dream to make the cartoon Alice the Wonderland. However, he could not get a new distributor, and soon enough, his company headed for a bankruptcy. With a heavy heart, Walt had to close the company and leave for Los Angeles, but the dream of publishing Alice remained with him. Soon, Walt channeled his energy, brainstormed, and his small team for a new cartoon character, and the Mickey Mouse was born. He had developed a thick skin by this time. He was ready to face any unforeseen circumstances. He knew his inner strengths and was aware how far he could stretch. Thus, we see in Walt's case that patience and perseverance can help us achieve our goals and achieve success. After all these, I would like to say that be patient and work hard, and you will achieve the greatest success of all times. Moving on, we have Arunima Sinha. Maybe we all don't know her because she is not that famous, but the struggles faced by her are no less. India's mountain climber and sportswoman Arunima Sinha is an inspiration to many. She is a true example of a woman fighting against all odds and making a mark of herself. Her never giving up spirit, courage, hard work, and patience is what truly proves the statement Rome wasn't built in a day. But obstacles in her life were no less. In 2011, at the age of 23, Arunima Sinha met with an accident. She was pushed from a running train by a few robbers. She kicked, punched, and fought as best as she could. Thanks to her athletic physique and fitness, she gave them a tough time. For a brave woman, it even seemed that she had the upper hand, but being a lonely girl, she could not resist them for a longer, and eventually she was overpowered by them. She got severely injured and had to get amputated below the knees with the rods in the right leg. Numerous fractures in the spinal cord, but with a strong belief in herself, she overcame all the darkness and shined bright yet again. The hospital where millions lose hope and millions gain stood as a new ray of hope for this passionate mountaineer. She had many options of choosing something easier, but she wanted to do that. Also, she converted her weakness into her strength. Every girl cannot climb the Everest to prove herself right. But for her, it was never a choice. And thus, Arunima Sinha decided to achieve something great and planned to climb Asia's highest peak, the Mount Everest. As first step in this vision, Sinha decided to enroll herself in the introductory mountaineering course offered by the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering in Uttarkashi. Indeed, Arunima Sinha is an inspiring lady who has rightfully proved to the world that a physical inability can never be a hurdle until and unless you mentally stand firm to fight against it. Now, let us see a short movie related to this topic. My trainer's call. Hello, good evening, sir. Yes, I had given the trials. Okay, sir, thank you. I don't want to talk to anyone now.
Hey, Sia, are you free right now? Actually, I had to tell you something today.
I will call you later.
Okay, but are you alright? Is everything okay?
Has anything been okay till now that now it will be?
Okay, clearly tell me what happened. I'm here, I listen to you. Now, don't cut. I know you are going to cut the call right now. See, there's no use. Are you there, Sia? Sia, are you listening?
Yes. I don't know what to do now. Everything is messed up. I messed it up all.
See, Sia, it's totally okay for you to feel like this. But what's the reason behind this?
A few minutes before you called, I received a call from the authorities of National Girls Badminton Championship. The results are out.
Oh, the one you had given test for last week, right?
Yes, that one. I couldn't qualify.
You had performed very well that day.
No, I didn't. I should have. If I had practiced a little more for the smashes, I would have done it. But no, I ruined it.
See, I understand that was an amazing opportunity for you to present your talent on a national platform. But remember, your body needed rest at that time because you had suffered from meningitis. You had just recovered just a month before the test. Your body needed rest at that time. But you did all you could, so don't blame yourself like this at least.
Yes, I know. But that was not enough, no. I worked hard for what? This result.
See, I can understand that, Sia, but remember you were not able to practice for like about 2 months in between because you were hospitalized, you lost practice. Rome wasn't built in a day, Sia. It took time. We had just studied about Roman Empire a few months ago, right? See how it just did not stood on its very highest in a day. It took time, consistency. Take inspirations from Milka Singh, Steven Spielberg. They actually work day and night to accomplish their dreams. Failures and difficulties are a part of success. I accept that efforts matter. But if you just work one day and you want all the good outcomes to come to you, that's not possible, right? You need to have that mindset for a long term happiness, for that big achievement, big success. You need to have that mindset to actually accept failures also and then to restart with higher spirit because rushing will only leave you with stress and anxiety which will ultimately affect your health. So you need to put consistent efforts to achieve what you want.
But I had done so much. How? What should I do now?
Remember when we had our IT practicals last year and I knew absolutely nothing? You cheered me up and stayed up all night to help me complete the syllabus. I got good marks and I'll remain thankful to you for that always. But I was not satisfied with it. Not like with my marks, but more like I was not satisfied with my efforts because I knew I could have done better. I had the potential to actually get better result but because of my procrastination, I ended up in that situation. So from that day onwards, I kind of decided, or you can say kind of pledged, that I will just complete my work as it comes to me. And I started with small efforts.
What are you trying to convey? I'm not getting it.
I'm just saying, start from where you are. Organize everything, create a mindset, and restart with the highest spirit. Slow and steady growth is always better. And ultimately, I'm always there for you.
Soumya, you know, everything had just blurred out a few minutes ago. But yes, now I can see the light. I'm getting your point now. You know, I feel so good now. Few minutes ago, I had almost totally gave up. But thank you, Soumya, for holding me up. I'll now work consistently with patience and will try harder to achieve my goals.
I'm happy that you understood my point, what actually I wanted to say. And then, if not for this, then what am I here for? Always here. I'm here for you.
Okay, should we meet today?
Actually, I had called you for that only.
फ्रेंड्स एज वी नो दैट कुछ भी एक दिन में नहीं हो सकता है, तो उसमें देयर वाज एन कोट दैट रोम वाजंट बिल्ट इन अ डे. सो इस पे एक बात याद है कि इंसान कुछ भी अपनी लाइफ में एक दिन में हासिल नहीं कर सकता. जैसे कि सिविल एग्जाम्स, तुम अगर चाहो तो उसको एक दिन में क्रैक नहीं कर सकते, या फिर एक दिन की पढ़ाई से अगले दिन पेपर देके इट कान बी डन. तुम उसको क्रैक ही नहीं कर सकते. और ऐसे बहुत सी चीज़ें हैं जो तुम एक दिन में नहीं कर सकते. और इसमें फिर ये बात आती है कि तुम कोई भी जैसे काम हो गया तुम्हारा, वो तुम एक दिन में अचीव नहीं कर सकते, चाहे तुम जितने भी मैन पावर लगा लो. तुम्हारा जैसे कल का कोई इंपॉर्टेंट वर्क है, तुम उसको चाहते हो कि कल के कल वो करना ही करना है, पर समहाउ इट विल बी डिलीड एंड द रीजन इज अनडिफाइंड. मतलब एनीथिंग इट टेक्स टाइम टू बी हैपन.
What I think about that Rome wasn't built in a day is that, well, I can relate to it because Rome as an empire was at its peak very powerful and a very important part of history even today. But I think it's that people often, even in real life, people often overlook the fact that Rome, or people in general, they keep on growing, they keep on changing, and it's all a process. So it doesn't all happen in a day, or it doesn't happen even in a week or a year or a month. So it's not easy. So I think it's that key, as humans we keep on evolving, we keep on changing. So yeah, I would definitely agree with the quote, and I think it's very valid in daily life of every single person around us.
Moving on to this project summary. So, since the beginning of our project, we explained the meaning of the proverb Rome wasn't built in a day, and then the example of Taj Mahal to explain the same. We saw the views of people on our topic through the analysis of the survey and to the respondents' opinion. Patience, perseverance, and hard work are important for success. We even talked about the beautiful example of Ram Setu and some more examples of Bill Gates, Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, and Ronima Sinha, who worked hard and achieved success. We discussed about why one should choose quality over quantity, and then we saw two related movies to our topic. Hope we were able to convey our topic to you. Now we are open to questions.
Thank you so much, team, for this wonderful presentation. Now, I would like to request Ms. Manju Gupta ma'am to share her views regarding the presentation and move on with the question answer round.
Great. I only have one word: brilliant. Keep it up. So the presentation was very nice. The creativity was brilliant. And along with that, the aesthetics, which was kept in mind while making presentation, was super. Maybe that was the way I wanted to look at it. All of us have our different opinion, पर मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. I loved it. Now this team understands Hindi because they made a lot of, in Hindi in between. So I'm going to pitch in with Hindi as well. तो आप सबने बहुत अच्छा काम किया और बहुत अच्छे से प्रेजेंट भी किया. आप, if I want to comment on, start. The introduction was brilliant. आप सबने अपने अपने roles equally and beautifully defined किए थे. Like there was a content person, then there was a content head, and there was a videography, filmmaking head, and there was this head and that head. So you did a brilliant job in dividing the work. It wasn't everybody was doing everything. And that's how the projects are. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes,
Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
All right. So that distribution of work, delegation of work was done well, and any project is accomplished if the work is shared. So it's a shared success, which you have demonstrated. Second is, I would like to say that you did not read the slides, which is something I do not like in any presentation. That's my personal choice. Maybe some people like it, but मुझे नहीं समझ में आता, because then we are not able to connect. But here, I would like you to understand one more thing while you're making a presentation. This is a suggestion which is coming in from me. You were not reading the slides, but yet you were reading a script. All of you were reading a script. It was a written script in front of you, which you were reading. It wasn't coming from heart. तो कोई भी प्रेजेंटेशन करो, जब तक दिल से नहीं बोलोगे तब तक उसका मजा नहीं आता है. And I understand that all of you had understood it well. You were in it. You were through it. You were up on it. लेकिन आप सबने स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ी थी. So it's kind of like, reading a script. तो जब स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ने लगते हैं तो हमको अपनी punctuations भी नहीं याद रहती हैं. हम उसमें भाव नहीं ला पाते हैं. We don't explain with full energy and heart and emotions. The presentation is all about capturing the attention of audience, whether it is live on the stage or it is on the virtual stage, which you are doing just now. पर जब तक पढ़ोगे तब तक वो बात ही नहीं आएगी. तो इसलिए अपने मन से समझ के बोलना शुरू करो, चाहे 2 लाइन बोलो. The third, क्योंकि तुम लोगों ने स्क्रिप्ट लिखी थी तो वो इतनी लंबी हो जाती थी एक स्लाइड के लिए. आप लोग बोलते ही जाते थे, तो हमको ये लगता था, मतलब we got lost somewhere. तो अगर स्क्रिप्ट भी पढ़ रहे हो, जो भी कुछ बोल रहे हो, वो बहुत क्रिस्प और ब्रीफ होना चाहिए. It went on. कोई भी स्लाइड. अच्छा, तीसरी चीज मेरा मन कर रहा है बताने का. Always use, और मैं नहीं बताऊंगी, ये तुम इंटरनेट वाले बच्चे हो, देखो 10, 20, 30 rule of presentation. 10, 20, 30 rule of making a presentation. Okay. 10 is something, 20 is something, and 30 is something. One of them is font. Whether it is 30 font or 20 font or 10 font. क्योंकि बहुत सी slides मुझे पढ़ने में नहीं आ रही थी. Maybe the screen was small, but how many slides were there? Can you tell me? How many slides did you make for this half an hour and almost 35 minutes presentation? Kitni slides thi number?
26.
26. Not bad. 26 is okay. It should be actually 20. तो मैंने एक चीज तो बता दी आपको, 20 स्लाइड से ज्यादा का प्रेजेंटेशन कभी नहीं होना चाहिए. 1 घंटे का प्रेजेंटेशन सिर्फ 20 स्लाइड्स का होना चाहिए. 30 फॉन्ट साइज होना चाहिए और 10 क्या होना चाहिए वो ढूंढना. ओके, आई डोंट गिव ऑल आंसर्स. नाउ द थर्ड इज, आप सबने शुरू किया अपना रिकॉर्डिंग देखना. आपने कहा नाउ इन दिस पीपीटी वी आर गोइंग टू डू दिस. Are you showing me a PPT or are you showing me, are you making a presentation? Never use a word. PPT is just a tool to make a presentation. तो ये शायद words का वो हो गया है, but I'm sure you didn't mean it. Videos were very well acted, original, script. So content brilliant. Overall, the mentor, you did a good job. So Arushi, what was her name? Arushi?
Arohi, thank you so much.
Arohi.
Arohi Jain.
Very well done. तुमने बहुत अच्छी mentoring की. Well done, and good luck to all of you in the team. Brilliant.
Thank you
I'm
so
very
much,
happy.
ma'am.
I'm very happy.
Any question, ma'am?
अच्छा, questions. तुम्हारा size of survey क्या था? Survey size क्या था? जिसका तुमने pie chart दिखाया questions के बाद. Were there more than 100 respondents?
Ma'am, 200 plus.
Oh, very nice. I'm so happy to hear that. So you reached there as well. You've crossed. हमने एक बार presentation किया था और हमने survey present किया था for my PhD. तो उसमें मुझसे पूछा गया था कि आप कोई भी टूल बनाओ या आप कोई भी प्रेजेंटेशन करो, तो अगर 1000 से कम है आपका sample size, it's a manipulated or it's not the true size. तो मिनिमम 1000 रखा करो. तुम लोग 5 लोग थे, अगर एक एक भी जना 200 करता तो 1000 हो जाते. Then you would have had the real, comparatively a better thing, but for your age and effort, kudos. Wonderful, wonderful. Second question. How many times did you all meet for making this presentation? Like conceptualizing and content, etc., etc. How many times did you meet? Physically, face to face.
We did not meet physically, actually. It was all virtual.
Oh, wow. So you did a great job. You did not meet physically, and yet you could create lovely movies. You developed good content. Well done. So you are truly global citizens sitting right now. You're all from India, but you can reach the world for your work, and good luck. These were my few questions and suggestions. My blessings.
Thank you, ma'am, for your enlightening words. And I would like Ms. Devinder Kaur, ma'am, please share your views regarding the presentation and any question you would like to ask from our interns.
Thank you, Kusha. And team, beautifully presented. Definitely a couple of points. Ma'am, I've already covered quite a lot, so I'm again left with very few. The presentation in terms of you conducting and the way confidence was shown off by each and every member of yours. Yes, I faced a challenge in listening to one of I think Soumya, your voice was not audible very clearly due to your earplug. So that's something which should be taken care of, because in between the connect, the flow was missed out, and I was really trying to focus and was difficult. The couple of things, the beginning, the presentation came up very beautifully. I was impressed looking at the first couple of slides itself, how you guys had planned out in giving a position and a designation for your own self in the presentation, that who's going to do what. And you picked up also in that particular frame of mind. In between, because of quite a lot of material in your hand, you guys were getting too stretched out on each and every slide, which made it little boring, which could have been crisped. Because when you are giving a presentation, the rule is you should not stop on a particular slide for more than 2-3 minutes. If you are there on a slide for 5 minutes, 7 minutes, you've already lost the connect from the person who's listening to you. So that is something you really need to take care of. And there were quick flips also. The other aspect which I noticed, that you were talking of analysis, suddenly you're moving to video, suddenly you're moving to something. So there's something called as a flow. Very smoothly you're just moving to this, because of this, and then since you are talking about this, let's talk about this. So there could be some kind of a connection between one one flip to another flip, instead of you mentioning that now we will go for analysis, now we will go for video, since we'll tell you this, we'll tell you that. It looked as if you were given a list to follow and you were following 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those lists. So that is something I really wanted to highlight. And okay, there are two ladies you spoke about, and in length, really. The slides aesthetics were beautiful, but the pictures themselves were missing for those two ladies, Arunima and Sudha Chandran. So both the ladies, we could really love to see them on your slides. So if you were talking about them, showcase the pictures also when you were talking of famous people. I think that was the point. And questions, ma'am, I've already asked, so I think I'm good.
Team, in future, you might be the mentors. And Arohi, you can also continue the journey. Only thing that I want to remind, you are being told to make a video in which all 5 of you or 4 of you should be there. You have made in 2 part. ऐसे लगा 2 children are making one video and other 2 children are making the other video, but we can't see the teamwork in the video. Okay, so we wanted one video in which all 4 of you might had portrayed something. So that is something which is missing. I had the feeling that chapter wise you are being given one chapter, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and that is how you need to show. So confidence is there, the punchlines are there, everything is there, but that connect, maybe because you might had not met frequently, so that might be the reason. But the topic was really good. You touched the right things, right examples, Indian culture, everything is good. But that is what I want to say. Next time, please take care of all these things that we all have shared. Fine. Yeah. So thank you very much. And Kusha.
Once again, thank you to our jury members and Anon team for this delightful evening and your valuable time for this wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you.